So if you notice, for heat questions, usually there are a lot of thought processes into answering the questions. Okay, I think these two that we've gone through just now are MCQ questions. If you look at open-ended questions, there are even more things that you need to take note of, right? Because when we talk about open-ended, you need to make sure that your words, right? Your necessary words are over there, right? And you need to make sure that the words that you use are the keywords that the teacher is actually looking for. Okay. I think we will get started. Okay, I'm not sure why is this hanging. Give me a while. Let me try again. Yeah. Okay. Oh, hold on a second. I think this document is hanging. Can I close this? Let me try to open it again, okay? I think there's something wrong with that document. Okay. Right. Now it can go to the next page. Okay, now same thing. I think it will cover a lot of the P3 topics as well. But at the same time, just now we were just going through a bit more on heat. I think heat is quite a difficult topic out of all the topics which you've learned so far. Okay, so let us now do okay. Question one, which of the following characteristics? I think I have a lot of volunteers. There's very good energy here. Can we have Catherine to do the first one? In insects, but not in other animals.
The answer is B, C only.
Okay, the answer is B, C only, which means that they have 6 legs. Laying eggs doesn't mean it's only in insects because animals like, for example, birds, fish, they also lay eggs, right? It doesn't just uniquely belong to insects. Then of course they have wings also. It doesn't necessarily mean that all insects have only insects have wings. Actually, there are other animals such as your birds that have wings. So it must be only found in insects. Therefore, the answer is B. Okay. Now, next question. Shanti found a fern that grows on the trunk of trees. The table shows Shanti's answers to 3 questions about the fern. Which question was or were answered correctly? Does the fern get its food from the tree? The answer is no. Can we just go through the first question first? Is the answer no? Is it correct? Grace? Your answer is?
C.
C. Okay, let's see. That means you say that this question is answered correctly. And this question is answered correctly. Okay, does the fern get its food from the tree? The answer is no, because where does the fern get its food? The fern is a non-flower ring plant. So it is able to make its own food. Okay, it's able to make its own food. Does the fern have a weak stem? Okay. Does the fern have a weak stem? So the fern, as you can see, it is clinging on to the trunk of the tree. So if it clings on to the trunk of the tree, it has a weak stem. So the answer is yes. Does the fern reproduce by spores? The answer is no. Because what does the so this one is a wrong answer. Actually, the answer is yes. Okay, because it is a non-flowering plant, it doesn't just make its own food, it also reproduces by spores. Unlike flowering plants, they reproduce by seeds, but because it's a non-flowering plant, it reproduces by spores. Okay, so therefore the answer is C. Are we good? Okay, now next one. Okay. The table gives information on 4 plants, W, X, Y, and Z, based on 2 characteristics. A tick shows that the plant has the characteristics. Okay, which of the following is most likely to be the plant? Let's look at the 2 questions here. Grow on land. Ivan, does this plant grow on land?
No.
No. So it has to be either W or Y, because W or Y don't have a tick, right? Okay, next question. Reproduce by seeds. Does the plant reproduce by seeds? Catherine,
Yes.
how do you know it reproduces by seeds?
Because the plant has a flower, proving that the plant is a flowering plant.
Very good. Okay, so since it has flowers, it has to be a flowering plant, and flowering plant reproduces by seeds. So this one actually tells us that it is a flowering plant. Very good. So therefore, in your answer, it must have a tick over here. Okay, so the answer is W, right? A. Okay, so which of the following is most likely to be the plant? It has to be W, because W grows on in water. It doesn't grow on land. And it reproduces by seeds, which meets all the description over here. Okay, so the answer is A. All right, any questions? No? Am I going too fast? No? Okay, let's go. Next question, Vicky wanted to find out. So whenever you see to find out, this one is the aim, right? The amount of fertilizer would affect the height of the plant. So over here, we've got 2 variables. The amount of fertilizer, this is what we call the change variable. Okay, the height of the plant is actually the measured variable. Okay, so we do have here similar pots of plant for her experiment. The table shows what she used for her experiment, right? Which of the following was the reason why her experiment was not a fair test? Ivan,
Is it uh is it B?
B for boy, is it? Or D? D
Yes,
for
B.
Okay, let's have a look at the aim of the experiment again, okay? The aim of the experiment is to find out if the amount of fertilizer would affect. That means the amount of fertilizer should be different. So this is actually correct because we want to use different amounts of fertilizer to find out if it will affect the height. So the height can be different. It's okay. Why? Why can the height be different? Because the height is the measured variable. Okay, the height is the measured variable. And then after that, when you have your height of the plant at the start, that is fair also because both of them are the same. So by right, these 2 should be your fixed, or another term for fixed is actually your constant variable. They are not supposed to change. Or another term that some people might use would be your unchanged variable. Okay, so these are the things that you should not be changing, because the only thing that you should be changing is the amount of fertilizer. And of course, the results might change depending on your change variable. So the problem with this experiment is that the amount of water given is different. It should have been the same. So why is it that it was not a fair test? Because the amount of water given daily was different. So the answer is A. Okay, you need to be able to identify the aim of the experiment first. What should be changed? What should be unchanged? Usually in an experiment, there should only be one change variable. Got it? Yeah. Are we okay? Are we okay, everybody? Yeah? Okay, let's move on. Okay, next question. Rahim conducted an experiment to find out how quickly bacteria G can reproduce when it's kept at different temperatures. He observed the 3 dishes after 1 day and concluded the bacteria reproduce slower as the temperature increases. Okay, which of the following correctly shows Rahim's observations at the end of this experiment? Anybody? Let's hear from Grace.
B.
Sorry, again?
B.
B. Okay, let's see, huh? Okay, 35 degrees, 40, 45. Yeah. So if you know that G, okay, over here tells you something, right? It tells you that bacteria G is slower as the temperature increases. Okay. So in this case, okay, in this case, of course, bacteria G, right? So it will be decreasing in terms of the culture. When you culture a bacteria, the growth is slower, means that there will be lesser cluster. There will be lesser cluster of bacteria. Okay, so in this case, yes, the answer is B, because if you notice, it's going to be lesser and lesser. Because over here tells you that the temperature increases, it will reproduce slower. So there'll be lesser cluster of bacteria. Actually, they call it colonies of bacteria. Okay, next question is on materials. Min Jie tested 3 types of string, Q, R, and S, by hanging weights from each string. Okay. He increased the weights until the string broke. The maximum weight that the string could hold before breaking is shown. He then tried a few arrangements of hanging different weights. Which of the following arrangements would be possible? Catherine, you want to try?
Yeah. The answer is D.
B as well?
D.
Oh, D. Okay, let's see, huh? Okay, you see, Q can hold a maximum weight of 9 kg. So Q is actually holding 5 plus 2, which is 7 kg altogether, right? So 5 plus 2, it can hold 7 kg. So Q is actually pretty strong in this case. And S is able to hold 6. Yeah, so actually D works, right? S cannot work because S can hold 6, but there are a total of 7 kg. It will snap, right? This is the same as well. There are a total of 7 kg. So since there are a total of 7 kg, string S will snap as well. Now for string Q, it's able to hold 9 kg. So it's a total of 7 kg here. And this is 9 kg. So this one will snap as well. Okay. All right. Now we will take a pause here. What time is it now? Almost